Okay, well, hi guys, and welcome back to another video where we talk skin, science, and most importantly, ingredients. Now, I changed up the lighting a little bit, so hopefully it looks a little bit better and a little bit more clear, because I noticed in my last video wasn't the best quality, but you know, your girl tries. I am starting out. Forgive me. Also, I of course have bangs and my hair is a little bit shorter. I just got it cut for the first time in a year. And it is not going to stay this way for very long. I am going to be dyeing it again. So let me know in the comments down below what color you think I'm going to dye my hair. We have a fresh canvas here. So today I wanted to do something a little bit different and go over the skincare spoilers that we have for the November Ipsy Glam Bag. So I'm going to be going over the skincare spoilers for the Ipsy Glam Bag, Glam Bag Plus, and Glam Bag Ultimate in today's video. So let's start out with the Ipsy Glam Bag, the regular, the $12 subscription, where you get deluxe sample sizes. So none of these products I'm going to be talking about are going to be full-size products. These guys are just the samples. Enough product should be in these skincare samples for about a month, or at least 28 days, because it takes about 28 days for your skin cellular renewal cycle. And that is about how you know if a product's going to work for you or not. If you don't see any difference in your skin after 4 weeks, probably not worth spending your money on. So if you see me looking down at my phone here at all, it is because I'm looking at the products and the ingredients and stuff like that just to go over. I haven't memorized all this stuff. My brain isn't that much of a sponge, but the first product that you may receive in your Ipsy Glam Bag is the 111 Skin Y Theorem Day Cream NACY2. Now, just because there's a bunch of numbers and letters in this title does not make it any more scientific than anything else. I think it's a little bit funny because I have no idea what they're talking about with Y Theorem NACY2. Girl, I don't know. Okay, so the full size of this product is $270. Like, that's gonna need some miracle shit in it for me to be able to actually spend that kind of money on a skincare product. Oh, okay, so the second ingredient is isopropyl myristate. And that has been known to be a pretty comedogenic ingredient. However, the research on that is pretty old, so we're not 100% sure, but that ingredient might not be good for you, especially the second ingredient if you have oily skin. So I can already tell you just by looking at the first two ingredients, water and isopropyl myristate, that this is probably not going to be a great option for oily skin. Okay, then you have castor oil, which is a pretty cheap ingredient that can also clog pores in high concentrations, and this is at a high concentration. So again, reiterating, probably not best for oily skin. Then you have some texturizing ingredients, and then benzyl alcohol is the 7th ingredient, which is pretty high up on the ingredient list with everything that is in this. And usually you'll see that really bougie / luxury products like this one have a ton of ingredients in them in order to give them a more luxurious feel. Benzyl alcohol usually isn't used above 3%. Just because of how sensitizing it can be in higher concentrations. So again, if you have sensitive skin, this is not going to be a good product for you, which means everything below this is the 7th ingredient. Everything below the 7th ingredient is going to be below 3% probably. So that just tells me immediately that this product is so overpriced. As far as good ingredients go, it does have linoleic acid, which is omega-6, and sodium hyaluronate, which is hyaluronic acid, and retinol palmitate, which is retinol. So if you get this in your bag and you have oily skin or sensitive skin, just give it to a friend with dry skin. Okay, so now we have a slightly better product, being the Matcha Deep Cleanser. So this is $38, so a little bit more budget friendly. It's not a bad cleanser at all. Okay, I could see all skin types except maybe extremely sensitive skin using this. It utilizes sodium cocoa glutamate, which is an anionic surfactant, which if you remember from my first video, I'll put a little link here if you haven't seen it. That is a anionic surfactant. It also has Matcha's anti-aging complex that they call it, of rice bran, algae, and green tea. So these are all really great ingredients. However, in a wash-off cleanser like this, they're not going to do too much, but all of those things are great for soothing and calming properties. It also contains a abrasive material called Loofah cylindrica fruit, which is basically what loofahs are made out of. So this is going to be a scrubby material that's going to be in there. I'm not 100% a fan of this just because it is natural. Natural abrasives tend to be less perfectly cylindrical than like certain types of microbeads or jojoba esters or stuff like that are perfectly what we call rounded and pounded scrubs. And when they have a little bit of an edge to them, they can kind of almost absorb into the skin and create little micro tears in the skin. Now, I wouldn't say this would do that like the St. Ives scrub or scrubbing with other different types of nuts and seeds, but this is why I wouldn't use it if you have really sensitive or thin skin. That and the fact that it does have alcohol as a penetrating ingredient as well as fragrance, but they're way under the 1% line, so I wouldn't worry about that if you have more dry, regular, oily skin. As long as it's not sensitive, this will be a really good cleanser to try out. Okay, the next product I'm a total fan of. The next product that you may receive in your Ipsy Glam bag is going to be the Glow Recipe Banana Souffle Moisturizing Cream. So the full size of this is $39. So again, not a terrible price for a great product like this. And the thing is, it claims on the website I'm looking at here, it claims to be suitable for all skin types, including really sensitive and acneic skin, which is really interesting because that is hard to do. So let's see if it measures up. Oh, awesome. So squalane is the fourth ingredient. This also has a high concentration of jojoba oil, which I told you guys before is a really great moisturizing oil for all skin types. It is non-comedogenic, as well as silica and magnesium, which are all really great things for hydrating, soothing, and protecting the skin's barrier without clogging pores. This has some really great other soothing ingredients in it too. I would agree that this is a moisturizer that everyone, even people with acne-prone or sensitive skin, can use, and it doesn't have any fragrances in it. It does have a very, very small percentage of what we call flavor or aroma, which is like a really, 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 really natural fragrance type ingredient that is safe enough to be ingested and is not from a alcohol base or anything like that, whereas essential oils and other fragrances can usually be from. I would be excited to get this in my glam bag, so definitely give that one a go if you get it. Great price for the formulation too. Okie dokie, so the next product that you might get in your Ipsy Glam bag is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I used to be obsessed with this guy until I figured out what the ingredients were. It's a fine primer for skin that isn't sensitive because it does have quite a bit of fragrance in it, but it feels really good. It's really smoothing. It has a lot of silicones in it, as a primer usually would, but it does have grapefruit peel oil, which as a citrus oil can be quite unstable in the sun. So if you're going to use this primer during the day, make sure and put sunscreen over it. Use this product before you use your sunscreen before your makeup. So you would kind of switch up usually you would do your sunscreen and then your primer and then your makeup, but if you get this, I would do it before your sunscreen just because of that grapefruit peel oil in there. You want to make sure that that's absorbed into your skin before you put your sunscreen or zinc oxide or whatever you put before your makeup as your sun protection. So yeah, it has a lot of really great silicones in it that will smooth and grip makeup, as well as sodium hyaluronate or hyaluronic acid. But I have heard of people using this just as a moisturizer because of how good and moisturizing it feels. Although it is not that moisturizing, it would not replace your daily moisturizer. So use it as a primer, don't use it as your moisturizer like I know some people do. And because of the high concentrations of silicones in this product, it would probably be a better primer for normal to dry skin. Okay, and the last spoiler that we have for the Ipsy Glam Bag Original is the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Face Moisturizer. And this is $26 full size. Yeah, wow, there's a lot of potential skincare in the Glam Bag this month. So this is a really great lightweight moisturizer for more sensitive skin. If you remember in my last video where I gave you some options for great moisturizers based on your skin type and the climate that you live in, I recommended you the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Barrier Cream. This one is the more water-based gel lightweight form of it. It is not oil-free, luckily, but this is going to be better for you if you live in more of a wet climate, considering that it has more hygroscopic humectants in it, but it has a lot of really good soothing ingredients in it like oatmeal and green tea. And I would say that this is going to be a great moisturizer for oily skin too. Okay, so now going into the Glam Bag Plus. I think there's only 2 spoilers. Yeah, there's only 2 spoilers so far for the Glam Bag Plus. And those are the Tula Face Filter Blurring and Moisturizing Primer, which the full size retails for $54, which is kind of up there with the Bobbi Brown primer. So based on the first few ingredients, this primer is mostly silicones like isododecane and cyclopentasiloxane and a couple of more comedogenic emollients like ethylhexyl palmitate. So this will probably feel great for drier skin, but probably won't work as well as other primers will for oily skin. Again, kind of like the last primer I was talking about. It does have some pretty good ingredients at lower concentrations, like licorice root, which would be for brightening, and chia seed oil and magnesium for barrier protection. But again, these guys are way under that 1% mark, so it's not going to do wonders for your skin or anything like that. They're just beneficial ingredients to have in a primer. Oh, at the bottom of the list, I also see it contains some titanium dioxide, and that doesn't necessarily mean that this is going to be a sunscreen for you. However, the titanium dioxide that is in this is going to strengthen the effect of the sunscreen that you're going to wear, so I do like that. A little pricey, but a great pick for normal to dry skin. Okay, so the next one I am excited to look into the ingredients for because I haven't done too much research into this product yet. This one is the Mural Retinol Night Creamy Moisturizer. And you guys know I love the Collagen Repair Cream by Murad. I talked about it in my first video on this channel, but I've not tried this one. It's a little bit more expensive than that one at $82. So it is the full size. So this is a really great deal for you to get in your Ipsy bag. Okay, so it's been very, very recently reformulated, like a few months ago. And so if you've tried this product before and you didn't like it and you receive it in your Ipsy, definitely give it another shot. First thing I love is that niacinamide is the 3rd ingredient, and niacinamide or vitamin B3 is a really, really good anti-aging, brightening, anti-acne vitamin for the skin that I think is essential in almost every formulation. However, being that niacinamide is the 3rd ingredient, that tells you that it is most likely going to be around the 5% mark. Usually, unless it's put on the front of the bottle, companies won't formulate with more than 3 to 5% of niacinamide unless that's like the purpose of the product is to be a niacinamide solution. So between 5 to 10% at that point. But seeing this as a third ingredient means that the other stuff that is going to be in here is going to be at pretty low concentrations. So being that it's the third ingredient, I would say that this is going to be pretty overpriced considering that most of its ingredients are going to be under 1%. It also has a lot of different amino acids and brightening agents, along with a couple of different retinols in it. So this is going to be great for repairing your barrier and using for anti-aging as well as preventative aging. If you have like combination to dry skin, I would definitely give this a go. I think it'll be something that is really good to get in your box and to try out if you haven't tried it out before. The only reason why I say combination to dry skin is because it does have oleoyl alcohol in it, which is known to be a pretty comedogenic ingredient. It also has a very small percentage of fragrance in it, under 1%, so if that bothers you or you have really sensitive skin, I would also pass this on to a friend. Otherwise, I would be totally excited to get this in my bag. Okay, so that is it for the spoilers for the Glam Bag Plus. Now, the Glam Bag Ultimate has some really good choices as far as skincare goes this time. Some pretty high-end products up here. Now, that's the box that I get every month is the Glam Bag Ultimate. And the first choice, the one that I chose that I wanted to try out, was the Biro Bell Pepper Serum. Now, if you guys remember from, again, the first video, I have been using the Biro Bitter Green Essence Toner, which I like. It is extremely overpriced though. I have a feeling it's going to be that way with this. I would never go out and purchase these products myself, but getting bougie products when I pay $50 for the entire thing and getting like 12 bougie products, I get excited about when there's such a high ticket item in there, which is why I did want to choose this one. This guy retails for $110. Let's see this formula. Is it worth that price? Not worth the price. Okay, so the majority of its ingredients are under 1%, being that there's like over 50 ingredients in here, which means that the majority of its ingredients are going to be under 1%. It still looks to be very well formulated. So the highest concentration of ingredients here are glycerin, panthenol, which is vitamin B5 and very moisturizing, as well as a few great amino acids, which are essential to the skin's protective barrier. Looking at it, it has mostly hydroscopic humectants, a lot of glycols, which, if you watch my last video, again, means that it is not going to be very moisturizing on you if you live in a drier climate or work in a place that has a lot of air conditioning or fans or just generally low humidity. It also has a couple of good antioxidant humectants just above that 1% mark. Then there are quite a few plant and vegetable extracts known to be soothing and hydrating to the skin. So this looks to be a very soothing and hydrating formulation all in all. So if you have more sensitive skin or if you have normal to dry skin, this will probably be a really good serum for you. So yeah, there are quite a few plant and vegetable extracts, but they are all below 1%. And again, how do I know that? That is because ethyl hexyl glycerin is just before all these ingredients, and ethyl hexyl glycerin cannot be formulated above 1%. So overall, I would say it's a great choice for all skin types in more humid climate. Okay, so the next one we have is the Milk Makeup Matcha Cleansing Stick. Now, unless this is filled with preservatives, I would never really use a cleansing stick, being that you're putting it on a dirty face and rubbing it around, meaning that bacteria is probably going to be sitting on the top. So this isn't something that I would reach for just based on the packaging itself, not even looking at the ingredients yet. Okay, so the cleanser that is used in this is a sulfate, which means that, again, this is not going to be good for everyday use or if you have sensitive skin. But just looking at all the ingredients here, I think this is going to be a really good option to get in your box if you're someone who travels a lot or spends night overs at some places, because this is pretty small but good to bring around traveling without feeling like it's gonna spill everywhere or something like that. It does have some good ingredients, calming ingredients like cica, green tea, and algae, but they're very low on the ingredient list, under 1% mark, so they ultimately won't soothe more than the sulfate could potentially irritate your skin. So would I use this cleanser for emergencies or on the go? Yes, except if you have sensitive skin. I would not use this as your new daily cleanser though if you do get this in your box. And last but not least, we have the Cottage Greenhouse Pomegranate Facial Serum. This guy retails for $32. I've never heard of this brand before, so this will be interesting to see. Okay. So this is a pretty basic fruit and plant-based serum slash oils. They're all oils. I don't know why they don't call this a facial oil, because literally everything is just oils. I would consider this to be comedogenic on oily skin, so again, I wouldn't use this if you have more oily skin, but it could be potentially very soothing and moisturizing for dry skin, especially if you put it on right before your moisturizer. Those oils are really going to grab and help to penetrate your moisturizing ingredients. So it looks like it has some essential lipids like evening primrose, as well as sunflower seed oil, which are both really, really good oils. But it does contain the potentially unstable orange peel oil, which is not great if you're going out in the sun because it is unstable. So I would not wear this serum during the day. I would only put it on at night if I were you. This serum also doesn't have any preservatives in its formulation. It doesn't have any texturizers, thickeners. It's literally just some oils in a bottle. So because it doesn't have any preservatives in it, you want to be really careful with how you're using and storing this product. So don't touch the dropper onto the face or just onto skin in general. I would just kind of drop a few drops on the hand, rub it around, emulsify it, and then pat it into skin. But because it doesn't have any preservatives to protect against potential bacteria growth, I would not touch the dropper to the face. And I would also strictly follow the expiration date on the bottle because of that. Alright guys, so that is it for this month's upcoming Ipsy spoilers. What do you think of the spoilers? Comment down below what you are most hoping to get in your bag. Please don't forget to hit that like button if you learned something today, and please subscribe if you would like to see more videos like this. Remember to drink your water and wear your sunscreen, and have a great night or day wherever you are. Bye!